Tengo una máquina.
Ahí no.
In the forest beneath our feet is something called the mycorrhizal network, which is a combination of fungal roots known as the mycelium and tree roots. Charles Darwin was the first to suggest that trees have their brains underground, and although his hypothesis was ignored at the time, recent research shows that it might not be so unlikely after all. We do know that there is communication across this network, but it's not clear whether these signals are electrical, chemical, or both. This image is a map of the major connections in the internet, and this image shows the neural pathways in a human brain. This image shows the connections of just one small plant. An entire forest will have many more connections than a human brain. Intriguingly, electrical signals known as action potentials that are found in our brains and nervous systems are also found in plants and fungi, especially their roots. This project incorporates recent research by making activity in this network tangible by converting the signals into sound, in real time, in the forest. Here at the installation in Ecuador, you can see some of these signals being read into the computer. By using multi-electrode arrays in the forest, we're able to change various different parameters of the sound, such as granular synthesis or spatialization. We use various types of electrodes. Non-invasive surface electrodes don't damage the plant, but aren't as sensitive as other electrodes. Invasive electrodes do slightly damage the plant as they have to penetrate through to the phloem, but they give much more sensitive readings. It's very important to earth the system properly, or it won't read the signals accurately. What these installations do is combine plant electrophysiology and 3D sonic art. Throughout the forest there is a hidden network of speakers, creating a truly immersive 3D audio environment. This allows us to create audio holograms through which the listeners can walk. By creating a map of the speakers within the software, this allows us to move sounds around the space at will. It's possible to have dozens of different sounds floating through the forest along different pathways all at the same time. It's also possible to map the trajectories of the sounds in the forest to the trajectories of the electrical signals in the forest. These installations aren't just about the sonification of data, however. Their objective is also to create works of art. However, they do lead to many questions, such as, could complex electrical activity in the roots of a forest mean that plants think? And if plants think, could they be conscious? After all, many scientists say electrical activity in our brain is the root of our consciousness. Is it possible that the forest could respond to sound and change the sounds in the installation? And how much damage are we doing by destroying these mycorrhizal networks? Could we be damaging an intelligence we didn't even know existed? And if it turns out that the forest is indeed conscious, is it possible to communicate with it, as indigenous people have said they've been doing for thousands of years? It also leads to more prosaic questions, such as should these mycorrhizal networks be considered in conservation and reforestation? Even if the answers to some of these questions turn out to be no, it's surely something that's worth investigating further.